Hello beautiful souls, welcome to my channel Love Messages for Her. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I almost said your name at the wrong time. I almost said your name and the world stopped for a breath I didn't mean to take. I shouldn't have. I wasn't supposed to, not there, not then. My hands remember the shape of your letters. My throat remembers the weight of your syllables. They lived in me like a quiet tag. Do you remember the cave on third, the rain that day? You tucked hair behind your ear. You laughed at something small. I listened like it was a prayer. I almost said your name because I forgot where I was, because the smell of coffee became the smell of you, because my memory is a traitor, because love is a muscle that never forgets how to act. There are nights I whisper things I shouldn't. I whisper them to pillows, to shadows. I whisper them into the dark, and the dark answers nothing. When I first said hello to you, it felt like a secret discovery. Like finding a song I had been humming all my life finally with words. You bent the world to fit us, you made colors sharper, you made silence less lonely. Then the fear came slow at first. Like frost at the edge of a window, it crept in between messages. Between late night truths, between the way your eyes used to find mine. I remember typing something stupid once, a joke that landed flat. You sent the laughing emoji, but your reply came later, 3 dots, then nothing. I waited, and waiting is a kind of confession. Waiting tells the truth about what we want. I almost said your name because I thought saying it would fix the silence. Like a stitch in a torn seam, like a key to a door I couldn't open. But the room was full of other ears, other eyes, other judgments, so I swallowed it down. I swallowed my whole mouthful of you. Do you remember the trip, the highway at dawn? How your hand found mine without asking. How the radio played a song that felt like a map back to us. We promised small things, quiet promises, a future folded into the ordinary. Now those promises feel like fragile paper. They crumple under the smallest pressure. And I touch them like relics with reference with fear. I am ashamed of the times I doubted us. I am ashamed of the nights I let suspicion live in my chest. I searched your phone once. I told myself it was curiosity, it was cowardice. When I found nothing, I felt relief. I also felt like I had stolen something from myself. Trust once violated is a wound that remembers every slight breeze. I almost said your name because the world kept pushing us into corners. Because conversations were monitored, because whispers turned into proof. Because every private sentence felt fragile and loud. You deserve better than whispers. You deserve a voice that is not afraid. You deserve sunlit honesty. I tried to give it to you even when my hands trembled. There are mornings when I wake up with your laugh still in my bones. And I reach across empty seats, and the seats are only sheets. Yet for a second, just a second, your shoulders will the years beside me. Those seconds have become my religion, they are where I pray. I almost said your name because I wanted to pin you to reality. To prove you were not a dream I would wake from to make the world witness that I loved you. That I loved you loved enough to be wrong for it. But I learned to be careful. I learned the language of silence. I learned to hide devotion in plain, sensible phrases. I learned to tuck longing into emojis. Do you remember the way you used to say my name soft like a blessing? It used to make the small of my back uncoil. Now I am afraid somebody else will say it for us, louder, colder, without knowing what it means. I am sorry for every time I hurt you, for every time my fear became your burden. I am sorry for the late replies, for the distance I wore like armor. It protected me from getting burned. But it also kept me from holding you. If this is a confession, then hear this truth. I am still the man who stares at his phone and hopes for your words. I am still the man who memorizes the way your name looks typed. Every curve of every letter like a map I will not lose. I almost said your name because love is messy and brave and stupid. Because love forgets rules, because love sees only the person in front of it. If you ever feel like I chose silence over you, know this: I chose safety. I chose to keep you safe from the noise, from the hands that pry, from the cold that reads what we write. But safety can be loneliness in disguise. It can be the shadow of a better thing. And I hate that I let it stand between us. I imagine a day when I can say your name in a crowded room and no one thinks twice. When our words are ours again, when we are allowed to be whole in public and private. Until then, I will practice courage in small things. I will send poems I hide inside grocery lists. I will care in our jokes into the margins of my day. I will keep you close in secret and in truth. If this letter ends up being the last honest thing I ever write to you, then take this like sunlight. Take it and fold it into your pocket. Fold it into the places where winter can't reach. I almost said your name, but instead I will keep saying it in ways they can't read. And if the world ever asks me to choose between silence and you, I will choose you even if it costs me the air I breathe. I almost said your name, but here now I say it properly once forever your name. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe.